how to know he loves you. How to know he loves you. I want to start with a story I heard from a man of God many years ago. He said there was this Christian who went for a personal retreat at Hawaii. And right on the beach, the Lord began to speak to him and said, "Son, I'm very proud of you. I want to do something very special for you. Ask me one special thing that I can do for you." And he says, "God, I'm very glad you asked, because I've just been thinking of how to get from here back to New York in the fastest possible time. Can you build a bridge right from this Hawaii beach to New York so I can return to New York using that bridge, and then come here anytime I want?" And God said, "What kind of ridiculous question is that? What do I look like, Julius Berger? Am I a construction company? Ask for something else." And he said, okay, oh God, I think I know what I want to ask for. Can you give me the skill to understand every woman? And then when he said that, there was a long pause. And he said, "God, are you there?" And God said, "How many lanes do you want on the bridge?" So apparently, the joke is supposed to mean, for some of you women who get it, the joke is supposed to mean that women are so complicated that God will rather build you a bridge from Hawaii all the way to New York City than give you all the magic that is required to understand every woman on the face of the earth. How to understand a woman, or how to know a woman is attracted to you, then you need all the tricks and all the skills and all those coded things, because women, they know how to say 10 things without saying one thing. But guys are a lot more straightforward. You see, and that's something that a lot of women don't understand. They come to you as a guy, you're watching the TV, and they look at you and say, "What's on your mind?" Usually when a guy's watching TV, he's watching TV. Men are better at compartmentalizing. Women have like a spaghetti way of thinking. Someone described it that way. One thought is connected to another, so there's one train of thought, leading to another and another, and it's just an endless stream of connected thoughts. But a guy is usually in the moment, okay? So there are many reasons why ladies say many things without saying anything. First and foremost, because culturally, and I dare say even biblically, men are supposed to be the one to do the chasing. So when a woman is interested in you, she finds a way to hint you without telling you verbatim. All right, and that's why you now need a YouTube live to understand all the coded talk, like see your big head. When a woman begins to give you all those subtle jab, what you might think is an insult. Now, man, you're making progress. You see, you're not doing bad at all. When she says, "This one we are playing like this, don't let your girlfriend break my head," she is stylishly trying to ask, "Do you have a girlfriend? Is there space for me?" And all of that. But listen, media team, zoom in closer for a bit, just to be dramatic. You zoom out. Listen, let me tell you something. When it comes to guys, the way to know he likes you? If he unequivocally, clearly, without circumlocution, tells you, "I like you." Listen, that's the end of this life. If that's the only thing you pick, you've got it. You see, very simple, very straightforward. Don't say I didn't tell you. It doesn't matter what he does, the signals that he gives, the coded language, what you interpret to be subtle communication. If he doesn't clearly, unequivocally tell you, call your name and say, "I like you," and not just that, it goes a step further to prove it consistently, then he doesn't like you. Assume that he doesn't. Listen, guys are straightforward and guys are go-getters. If he likes you, chances are he's going to pursue you. It's only in rare cases there are some people who are just shy. But sometimes even what you define as shyness is a guy who has not really made up his mind. All right. So please bear that in mind. All right. In fact, if that's the only thing that you get from this, you've gotten a lot already. But now it becomes a lot more precarious when a guy tells you he likes you, but you want to know for sure that he does, because not everybody who says I like you actually does. I'm sure some of you know that from experience. So that's what this YouTube live will be centered around. Okay, yeah, he has said he likes me. He's coming around, he's showing interest. How then can I know that he's for real? How can I tell that he really likes me? Let me say this. If you're talking about attraction for guys, every Tom, Dick, Harry, and Bingo, the choice of names were very intentional, will be attracted to you. That's a fact, so it has to be deeper than attraction. Listen, for ladies, all right, attraction, especially sexual attraction, has more often than not has a lot to do with their love. That's how they show love. But a guy can get there, do that, and there's nothing. It was just about the sex. So you have to understand this. First and foremost, this is a Christian channel, and I want to believe that every Christian under the sound of my voice understands that the bed is meant to be left undefiled before marriage. The standard of the Lord stands sure, and everyone who names the name of Christ should depart from iniquity. I just want to make that unequivocally clear. And I can give you 1,001 reasons why even what is biblically required makes practical, logical sense. If at the dating phase, you're already touching and doing all those things, you stand more chances, practically, of that relationship breaking up. God is so wise. And many times, his principles are not to restrict us. His principles are to make us better. So bear that in mind. But hey, let's cut to the chase now. How to know that he likes you. Number one, his compliments aren't always physical. I know you like it when maybe a guy says, the shape of your nose, it seems like it was, carved in the best ivory, making company, and all of that. You like, your neck reminds me of the Eiffel Tower. You like all those kinds of scoop. But I want to say this. Whilst that might be okay, here and there, if that's all that he notices about you, it just might well be a red flag. I learned this from, what's this man of God's name? There's this Christian relationship coach now. I think his name is Stefan or something. A great guy, great content, okay? All right. So now, there has to be more to that, okay? So what else has he noticed about you? Let me tell you something. It will be a great sign that you are, in the right hands, let me put it that way, when he says, I like the way you think. I like the way I like how committed you are to your career. I like the way you make decisions. So when he notices something else about you, that says a lot. Because let me tell you this. When it is centered around sex, oh my God, you will be very deluded.